You squeeze my hand, okay?
All rise. The Court of Common Pleas for the City of Landview, Lantano County, is now hearing evidence and testimony in the matter of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania versus Todd Manning. The Honorable Judge Norma Calloway presiding.
Do you see Todd Manning anywhere here in the courtroom?
No, I do not.
Objection, Your Honor. Do we have to sit here through this while they put on this little performance?
Overruled. But don't try my patience too far, Mr. Rappaport.
I won't, Your Honor. Miss Delgado, do you love Todd Manning?
No, I do not love Todd Manning.
Miss Delgado, did you at some time in the past love Todd Manning?
There were times that I saw sides of him that were warm and sweet and loving, and I guess at those times I loved him. But then he would do things that were horrible, things that I couldn't understand.
Would you expand on this idea of sides for the court, please?
Well, when he did these things I thought were so horrible, he was so different from the man I saw him be with his daughter, from the man he was so many times when we were alone.
Now, did it, in this time, ever occur to you that your husband might be suffering from a personality disorder? I mean, something like DID?
Objection, Your Honor. The witness is not qualified to answer this.
The witness lived with the defendant. As a matter of fact, was married to him.
Please rephrase your question, Counselor.
Gladly, Your Honor. Did it, in this time, ever occur to you that your husband might be mentally ill?
No, it never occurred to me. I mean, I thought he was troubled, I guess, but nothing like this.
And how did you feel when your husband was diagnosed as having DID?
I didn't believe it.
Do you believe it now?
Yes. Completely. That's Todd's body sitting at the defense table, but it's definitely not his soul.
Objection, please, Your Honor. We're not here to debate Mr. Manning's soul.
Sustained. Strike that. The jury will disregard the witness's reference to the defendant's soul.
Miss Delgado, I tell you, who is this gentleman?
That's Tom. For the moment.
Tom? For the moment? Would you explain that a little, please?
Well, sometimes he's Tom, sometimes he's Rod. Rod is very cosmopolitan. He's very cultured. He speaks with an accent. Tom is younger. He's very gentle. He would never hurt anyone.
Mm-hmm. Has Tom ever told you how he feels about Todd?
Tom feels horrible about the things Todd's done. In fact, he's offered to plead guilty to the crimes Todd's accused of. Or maybe I should say Pete.
I see, Pete being the violent personality.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about Rod.
Rod is, he's a very sensitive man. He feels horrified by violence of any kind.
Tell you, have you seen Todd Manning recently?
No, I haven't. Not in a while.
No more questions.
Mr. Gannon?
Miss Delgado, do you actually believe that Todd Manning has simply vanished?
I believe, in effect, he has.
I see, and there's no doubt in your mind that the man sitting right here is not the same Todd Manning who's trying to buy his freedom by faking a personality disorder?
I'm so sure that I divorced Todd on the grounds of abandonment. I divorced Todd Manning, but I love that man.
Your next witness.
Your Honor, the defense would like to call my client.
Objection, Your Honor. Todd Manning is not on the witness list.
I did not call Todd Manning to the stand. I called my client.
Your client is the defendant, and the defendant's name is Todd Manning.
Mr. Rappaport, you're well aware you should have put Mr. Manning's name on the list. You're lucky I'm eager to hear what he has to say for himself. Overruled.
Good luck.
Place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Okay.
State your name.
Do I really have to do that part? Sit down.
Excuse me, who's talking now?
You know perfectly well who's speaking, Mr. Rappaport. I don't know who let you out of the house with that tie. I, Miss Perkins, do solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. Now run along. You should all be ashamed of yourselves. Bullying and frightening my poor Tom.
Objection, Your Honor. This circus act is making a mockery of this procedure.
This procedure is already a mockery, and don't you raise your voice at me, young man.
Objection overruled, Mr. Cannon.
Thank you, Your Highness. Oh, dear. Blend, darling, blend. May we proceed? I think my boys have been through quite enough.
Good point. Would you tell us a little bit, the boys? Who's the boys?
Well, you're the counsel. I would think you would know their name.
Well, I do, but for the court, for the record.
For the record. Todd, Tom, Rod, Pete.
And what is your relationship to the boys?
I care for them.
You are, in the parlance, you are their guardian. Could you tell us a little bit about Pete?
Pete is vituperative. He's very, very troubled. He's an angry man. He's angry at the way he was raised by his so-called father, Peter Manning. I do what I can to keep him in check, but unhappily that's not always possible. His aberrant behavior at the lodge is a fine example of that.
So it was Pete who was responsible for what happened that night
You
at
know
the lodge?
perfectly well who was responsible. Mr. Rappaport, are you wearing socks?
Objection, Your Honor. Please, you can't allow this to continue.
Overruled.
That's right, Your Honor. Miss Perkins, if I promise to be respectful, would you allow me to speak to one of the boys? I'd like to speak to one of them.
God, I'm here.